Turning now to the economy, today we heard from one of America's big-time investors, billionaire Warren Buffett, who says he's still optimistic the U.S. will recover, although he says it'll take some time. So what is still holding the economy back? To help answer that question, we're joined by Charlie Herman from our business unit. Charlie, you have an answer to this?
Warren Buffett at least gave some of his perspective this morning. It was really quite insightful. I mean, he talked about that the economy has fallen off a cliff. He worries that unemployment will continue to rise, but he still has a lot of hope and a lot of optimism that the base of the U.S. economy and what the economy, the American culture in a way, can overcome the problems that we face now. But that doesn't mean it won't be a hard time going forward. What's really interesting is he really talked a lot about war. He used a war metaphor quite often in his comments and really tied it back to Pearl Harbor. And there's a lot of talk about the Depression. We know we got out of the Depression largely because of the efforts going into World War II that really mobilized the country together. And he basically was calling for that same sort of activity to have Republicans and Democrats come together and really fight this economic war, and also really stress that President Obama needs to be the communicator in chief, that if anyone is going to talk about the steps to take to fix the economy, it can't be the Treasury Secretary or the Federal Reserve Chairman. It really needs to be the president, because that's who people listen to.
And on that note, we heard over the weekend this kind of growing chorus of senators saying, maybe we should now allow these banks to fail. Why are we hearing that now? What set that off?
I think after the billions that have been sent to the banks, and really when you look at the total, it's in the trillions, there seems to be the sense that some of the nation's largest banks are not getting the problems fixed. They still have these troubled assets, these mortgage securities, and the longer that they have them, the more problems that it causes for the banks. So we seem to our options seem to be we can either keep going with what we've done, we can try and nationalize the banks, or we can shut some of them down, and that's where the debate is headed now.
All right. Thanks so much,
Thank
Charlie,
you.
for joining us today.